What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of the People Want to Know podcast with Shay Rose. I'm your host, Shay Rose. And today we have a guest. He's one of Broward County's hottest club promoter. He go by Scooby to y'all, but I know him as Scooby. Am I really that much? And breaking these niggas down like a camera. You don't really know you. So, what's up? What's up, Scooby? Welcome to the People Want to Know podcast with Shay Rose.
Hey, everybody. My name is Scooby Zyke, M-Town Scoop, whatever y'all want to call me.
I'm happy to have you. Thank you for accepting my invitation.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. So, I want to jump straight into asking you about your mental health. Like, is everything mentally is okay with you? Because I know a lot of men do not get asked that nowadays. It really is not even a topic. Nobody asks about how the homeboys or how the boyfriend or the cousin or uncle feel nowadays. So before we get started, I want to know how's your mental?
I'm doing all right. Prayed up. I'm always talking to the man above. Some days be better than others. I just try to be more positive throughout the days. You feel me? But you'll have them type of moments where stuff will just start dawning on you. You get what I'm saying? Because where we come from, you feel me? Like, people really just try to, just get over it, just stay tough.
Yep.
It'll get better. Don't worry about it. Instead of just letting us just really like vent about it and express our feelings, because at the end of the day, we hold a lot of things in as far as like, dealing with like family members, dealing with friends, dealing with life situations. You feel me? Trying to make sure we take care of the household. So, just being a man is a lot of responsibility. You feel me? It's a toll on your back. Everybody expecting you to be everything.
Yep.
You feel me? And it's like, but I just try to stay positive. Like, that's the best thing, to just try to stay positive. Always put God first.
Yes.
Because, without him,
we ain't
nothing is possible.
I swear to God. Thank you. So I'm going to loosen you up because I see your little tits. So let's take that shot. So this is a shot. Welcome to the podcast. That was strong. That was that done. Okay. So, tell the people where you from.
I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Manors. I was born February 7th, 1996.
Ooh.
My mom is Bahamian. She was born in the Bahamas, but she was raised in Haiti. My dad is Haitian. They both came here when they was young. They been knew each other when they was in Haiti, but when they came here, they reunited, and I'm like the second oldest. Not the second oldest, but out of my dad kids, I'm the fourth oldest, fifth oldest. And then after that come my two little sisters.
So how many kids your dad have?
My dad got like 7, 8 kids.
Ooh, Daddy was a Rolling Stone, huh? Daddy was out here head first.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay, so you did mention that you are from Fort Lauderdale. That is like Broward County area. So what's your experience growing up in Fort Lauderdale, Broward County? Like, how was that?
When I was growing up, I grew up in a 2-parent household in the beginning of my like early childhood. It was like, my mom, my dad, you feel me, my brother, my sisters. Then we had other family members that had come live with us. But it was like, discipline, you feel me? Like, I learned a lot, you feel me, having a 2-parent household. So,
Yeah.
But I said after like August of 2007, my mom moved to Ocala, Florida, and that's when like her and my dad like kind of like separated from each other. So my dad was staying in Broward and my mom was staying in Ocala. So I just used to be back and forth until my mom got tired of me and told me I just had to live with my dad. And from there, it was just me.
Dang, what you did?
I was being bad.
Why y'all boys always do that? Why y'all always get them off?
I was getting expelled from school bad.
What?
I'm talking about, bro. I was driving hitch for me crazy. Every day I got kicked out of people's school. I got kicked out of like 4 schools when I was living in Ocala.
Just for being bad?
Like fighting. Yeah, fighting really like, I fought I just was fighting like a motherfucker. I don't know why.
Your ass just wanted to be the popular. You want to be popular.
Nah, the kids used to be with that bullshit and I wasn't on that shit. So I was just, I don't know. So
you feel like Ocala kids and the kids from down like South and Broward County area is two different like...
Yeah, they was more like on some other shit and I wasn't going. So...
You weren't having that?
Yeah.
I know that's right.
It was bad.
Who had the biggest impact in your life?
My mom, she had the biggest impact in my life because I watched her like go to work every day. Like on the weekends, she used to take us to the movies. She used to take us to the mall.
Mm-hmm.
She used to take us like shopping and stuff like that. That's when like even from when we stayed in Fort Lauderdale to even when we moved to Ocala, like she like always held it down.
She did?
Yeah, she did. Like, you know how...
Don't mind me. Like, all that, you was just doing so much and she still held it down.
And I was driving Haitian mommy crazy.
She didn't care. Sure, it's only making I got to get my son right. She had a better life for y'all. She was working, making sure it was right. So that's how it was. So you mentioned about you moved with your dad, right?
Yeah.
So what's the one thing you learned from your dad that will always stick with you?
My dad always been the type of person, his main thing was like fair is spell. And what that mean is like, show your respect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I go places, it's like, I don't have no fear of like, you know, somebody doing something to me. Like, I go places, it's all love. Even if a nigga don't like me or if a nigga hating on me, you know what I'm saying? I don't really get to feel the tension for real. But, you know, it's just everywhere I go, you know what I'm saying? I just show my respect, you feel me?
So you say stand tall like a king?
Yeah, stand tall like a king and everybody going, you know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna respect you feel me? But when you come off on some clown shit, then you already know you gonna have them type of, you feel me?
Yeah, that's true.
Vibrations come to you. Like, I go everywhere by myself, like, and I don't have no problems from...
That's the problem with me. I cannot go nowhere by myself.
I go anywhere by myself. Like,
for real?
I was just telling my homeboy, I said, damn, you ain't never take yourself out on a date? I done took myself out on plenty days.
You did?
I done took myself plenty places by myself.
Yeah, I can't
I
do
done
that.
drove 14, 16 hours in a car by myself.
What?
Sometimes no music on, you know.
Oh, that's mental health right there. When you in a car with no music.
Yeah.
That's mental.
But it help you think. You just go to thinking about everything.
That's
like,
mental.
You know what I'm saying?
It be
like,
too much. You be having so much in your mind just going and going.
But it's a good way to, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you might cry, you gonna laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I done did it before, like in that car by myself, listening to certain song, might shed a tear, might, you feel me, laugh, you cry, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of emotions going, but that's a good way to, like, you know, express yourself.
That is. So
like car rides.
With your dad, because I personally met your dad.
Yeah.
And when I say he do not play with you, he do not play. I be like, oh yeah, Scoop. He be like, Scoop? You like, no, Wobbins? He do not play with you. So, like, how, like, living in the household with your dad, was it different from like living with your mother?
Yeah, it was different.
It was?
Yeah, it was hardcore.
It was more disciplined?
It wasn't really more discipline, but it was like hardcore. It was like, because, you know, my dad had caught cancer back in 2008. I was in the 7th grade. I was going to Lauderdale Lakes Middle, and I was living with my dad. When my dad caught the cancer, I went to go stay with my mom brother.
Right.
And that's when I was going to lakes and stuff like that. My dad had a friend. I forgot his name, but he had a best friend that used to come through, like, come check up on me, bring me food, like, from time to time, you know. Then he used to pick me up. I used to go to the hospital, go see my dad, stuff like that.
How was that for you? Like, seeing your daddy in that kind of state of mind?
It was like, at first I didn't understand it. I'm like, yeah, he gonna get better. He just going through a phase. But when I got in the 8th grade, I was going to Arthur Ashe. My 8th grade year when I was going to Arthur Ashe, I had to rush him to the hospital one time. And it was the first time I ever got in a car and drove. But I knew I could drive, but I didn't know I could drive for real.
How you knew you could drive?
I just got in the car.
Man, you was sitting in the car.
I dropped it in reverse because my daddy was like in the bathroom coughing up blood. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay, yeah.
So I'm like, Dad, you need to go to the hospital, you feel me? And I'm like, damn, I ain't gonna call no ambulance because they gonna take too long. Or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, come on. So I got him in the truck. He got in the truck. When I got him in the truck, I was just like, damn. I took a deep breath for a second. I dropped it in reverse. And then the nearest hospital in my mind is always Broward General because that's the hospital I know to go to. So I took him to Broward General. They did what they did for him or whatever the case may be. I called my uncle. My uncle came, which is his brother. And his brother came and he assisted or whatever. And he brought me back home. And then my dad probably came back home like 2 days later. But, you know, I was young and I was like, you know, going through that with my old boy, like, you feel me? Like, but I say, like, after like 2010, like, he kind of like bounced back a little bit, you feel me? He was going through chemotherapy. So the chemotherapy kind of helped him bounce back. Yeah. Like, after like 2 years of, because I used to take him, Once I learned how to drive for real, because my daddy the one who got me my restricts, like when I was like 15 years old.
He was cool, but he was strict.
Yeah, but he used to let me get his car though.
Dang.
You feel me? You know, old boy used to let me get the wheels, and I used to be in corners. You feel me?
I bet you would.
Once I learned how to drive for real.
All over Broward. Ooh.
Nah, I wasn't really all over Broward because I didn't know how to really drive like that. I didn't really learn how to drive like that till I got on the interstate.
Ooh, how was that?
It was like I used to be like paranoid.
Damn, for real?
Yeah.
And you just like shook it.
After a while I just shook it, but being on the interstate taught me how to drive.
I'm gonna say that too, because you know what? It's so crazy. I ain't know how to drive. But I know I needed my license to come down here because I was on vacation for my birthday. And me and my cousin got into a big old argument. We was in Miami. We got into a big old argument. I mean, a big one. And she jumped out of the car. She was like, I ain't driving. So I'm like, bitch, you did this on purpose because you know I don't know how to drive. I was so scared, but I didn't let her see me sweat. So I got in the driver's seat, put my seatbelt on. And when I say I was sweating Brits in that driver's seat, we was in Miami. I had to get all the way to Deerfield. I was so mad with her. Like, but you know, I couldn't stay forever mad with her. But I see what you're talking about. That highway gonna make it shake for real. Like, get it together. So, like, how it is with your dad now? If you want to continue to open up about that situation, because I know that's kind of like a touchy situation.
Nah, but you know, me and my dad, we had like it was like a tough love. Me and my dad used to fight. We used to argue. Dog, me and my dad used to go through it. Like, we went through it together. We used to always be fighting. Because I don't know, he used to be like tripping, like, you know what I'm saying?
You think he was tripping?
No, he was tripping. For real. My old boy used to be tripping. He get on that liquor sometimes and he just go to tripping, like, you feel me? Like, go to tripping. My dad used to like to drink a lot.
Yeah.
He was an alcoholic, you feel me? He used to like to drink a lot, but after he caught cancer, he kind of slowed down, but he used to have his little moments where he used to, like, you know, dip it down, but it wasn't too heavy like back then. So sometimes my old boy used to be tripping. I come in the house late, you know about that late shit. Come in the house 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, knocking on that door. Old boy snapping.
He's snapping.
He going off on me. I'm like, bro, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, bro. I don't want to hear this shit. Let's talk about this tomorrow.
Oh, no.
No, he want to talk about it right now.
Now. You had to get that together. Like, that's something that you had to get together because he was not cutting no corners with you. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, trust me.
I know. So what's one thing you wish you can tell your younger self?
I wish I would have did more. I wish I could tell my younger self, make more wiser decisions. You know, don't pour too much into everybody else's cup and pour less into your cup. You feel me? Because me being who I am, like, I have a golden heart. No matter if it was friends, relationships, I feel like I'm always pouring more into their cup and then to mine. Do you get what I'm saying?
Why is it like that?
Because I'm loyal. Like I'm loyal. Like, I have my little 10% flaws, but at the end of the day, I'm loyal. I got your back. I'm going to ride with you, whatever, win, lose, or draw. I'm here. I ain't going to, you feel me, treat you any kind of way or whatever. But, you know, after a while, you know, we're going to part our ways, you feel me?
Right.
If it's meant for us to continue to keep on going, we're going to keep on going. I have friends that I've been friends with for 10 years, 15 years, and we still here, you feel me?
Yeah.
But same thing like relationships. There been relationships that I've been in 5 years, 8 years, you feel me? And the relationship I'm in now, I've been in it 2 years, but I've been messing with her for about 3 years, you feel me?
So you're not single?
No, I'm not single.
Okay, so for the people, he's not single. He's very much taken.
I'm in a relationship.
Okay, you're in a relationship. But you know what? That's the first step. Because men, they be around here lying. I ain't gonna lie, y'all men lie.
I don't lie.
Yeah.
I don't lie. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel better telling the truth. Honestly.
I like that.
I feel better telling the truth because I ain't gotta lie to you.
Right.
This is what it is.
Right.
So I ain't got nothing to hide.
Right.
You feel me?
True.
Because if I had something to hide, guess what? All my dirt and all my garbage would be at your front door.
Sure is.
You ain't got no garbage at your front door or no dirt at your front door. You feel me?
That's what I'm talking
about. If you hear
a
whisper, guess what? That's just a whisper. Because I always hear whispers. But guess what? If it ain't no garbage or no dirt at my front door, then guess what? What I'm worried about, what I'm concerned about.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I know that's right. Sip. Okay. Quench your thirst. What inspired you to become a club promoter? Because I see that you like real big when it comes to like promoting and being a club promoter.
Really? I ain't gonna lie, my big bro Frankie really inspired me. Like when it came to club promotion, like, you know what I'm saying? Money Crazy, MC. I ain't gonna lie, he really inspired me. Like, you know what I'm saying? When it came to club promotions in the beginning, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's who I kind of like watch and learn from. Like, you know, as far as like, putting out the flyers, you know what I'm saying? Interacting with the people, being a people's person, you know what I'm saying? Getting birthdays and hosts. That's who I watch. Like, you know, when I was coming up in the game. But then, you know, me and Rocky, you know, we started, you know, doing our little 1-2 together, and I learned a lot from him because, you know, he was like one of the like #1 promoters in Broward County, like no cap. Like
I was all the way in Atlanta, Georgia, hearing about Rocky.
Like Trop days,
yes,
I was a jitty bug. Like I couldn't like wait to like step foot in this building. And Rocky could tell you I was like, what, 18, 19 years old. What? I used to be calling Rock, hey Rock, well, I'm finna pull up. Me and my bros, we pulling up with the cutlass, you know what I'm saying, with the broms out there. And we inside the Trop, and I'm probably like by 18, 19 years old, I'm in that bitch hanging out. So then from then, you know, I think I had went to jail one time, and then it was my birthday. I had got out from the county, and then I had went to Rock office, and I was like musky and all this other shit. So Rock took me to Club Pink, and I'm like, bro, I don't want to be here. I'm like, bro, I need to go. Club Pink is a strip club. Okay. So I was like 21, and then I'm like, damn, bro, you know, I'm fresh out. I need a job, blah, 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 you know. So then from there, I started working at the Trop, and then, you know, I was working as the valet guy. So I used to be parking the cars, you know what I'm saying, making sure, you know, everybody parked their car right. So I started from there, and then from there, that's what started me into the promotion as far as like, you know, promoting with Rocky and stuff like that. So
that's good. At least you got homeboys that gonna put you in a position. We can't say that by most.
Can't say that by most,
no,
but
you
know,
cannot say that by most. I don't know what it is about nowadays. It's hard. Okay, it's hard to find someone that's really on your team and gonna put you in that right direction and shake you up and make sure like you straight. You know what I'm saying? It's very hard, especially with women. It's always like some hate going on there. But with the men, you know, it's different.
With women, y'all territorial. So with women, y'all want to be the one with the spotlight. Y'all don't want no other female to be overpowering y'all spotlight. And it's like kind of crazy because it's like y'all can share that same spotlight together and empower more women to open up their light. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you got some of y'all that's just how it is. Because you got some males that's how they is too. You got some that, okay, they could see that they have somebody behind them that they could, you know what I'm saying, give the opportunity to elevate, but instead they're gonna keep their light dim and continue to keep their light shining because they don't want the spotlight taken off of them.
I don't understand that. I never understood that. But I'm different. I don't do that. I always try to like pour into others. Like you had said before, I always, like, if I can give you some pointers about anything, I'm going to do that. It's no hate about anything.
Yeah, that's just like with me, like, as far as like, okay, if my friend got a business and let's just say my dog say, damn, dog, I ain't gonna lie, I need some flyers, man, whatever the case may be. Me being a friend, if my dog ain't got it or whatever the case may be, I'm gonna go ahead and say, bro, let's get these flyers. And
that's
guess what?
Real.
I'm a type of friend. I'm gonna go put out the flyers. You feel me? Win, lose, or draw. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember a time Rocky was promoting Money Man for I think it was for Father's Day. This when I first started promoting with Rock. He was promoting Money Man for Father's Day. This when I was living in Pompano on 7 Terrace by the 2 o'clock store. So we promoting, we going hard, the whole 9. But we was going up against Ball Greasy. That's when he dropped Bayday. He just dropped Bayday. So we was going up against that. So I ain't gonna lie. We took a little L. It was a big one too. It was a big one.
How you feel about that?
I felt like I was kind of like damn. We put in a lot of work, but you know, you feel me? But when I went home that night, the next morning I wake up, I hear a knock at my door. Boom, 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 boom. So it's Rocky. I'm like, damn, man, what's up, man? You feel me? Like, what you doing here? You see what time it is? He was like, oh man, I got a little whoop for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? I'm like, man, if you don't go home, man. Cause in my mind, I'm like, bro, you just took a L, fam. Like, it wasn't even no little small L. This like a 30 ball type L type shit. You feel me? Like,
big.
And he paid everybody still, and he even came to my crib making sure I was straight. But I'm like, nah. So later on that night, you know, he came back, he picked me up. I think we went to Club Pink, we hung out. But when we hung out like, we didn't even take this L. Like, and I'm like, come on, bitch.
That's a real one right there.
So I'm like, but then I remember it was what it was. It was July 4th weekend. We had did the Trop on a Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that bitch swole, that bitch doing it. So Rocky coming out the other door, I'm coming out one door. They talking about running it by it. So I'm like, damn, Rock, what you want to do? Let's run it by it. I'm finna get the fly made now. Bitch. Once I drop this fly boy, I'm dead serious. So I'm thinking he bullshitting like,
yeah,
I'm dead serious, run that bit back. Bro, we ran that bit back. That bit was wall to wall, sardine can on a Monday.
Ooh.
Because July 4th was that Monday. But remember, the Trop was open that Sunday. So we ran that bit back to back. And that bit was like,
going.
That bit was doing it harder than it was doing it on Sunday. I couldn't even tell, but it was doing it. It was doing it so hard. I'm like, damn.
Dang.
But I never know no other promoter to ever do no shit like that. Run the club back to back. And we did that again one time, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Me and Rock ran the club back to back. And I ain't gonna lie. Oh my gosh.
Was that Escape y'all did it at, I think?
Nah, we did that at the Trop. We ran it like back to back and it was crazy.
Really?
Man, it was so crazy. Man, the club was swole at 12 o'clock.
Baby, I remember I went to the Trop one time. Ooh, I said never again. I think I went the wrong night. I don't know what night this was, but it was shoot 'em out night. I couldn't do that. I had to go. And it was wall to wall, and the Trop was so small.
Yeah, but
they were like, how they put all these people in
there?
Man,
listen. That club right there was the best club ever.
You think so?
Yeah, that was the best club ever.
I think Club Boca. I mean, when y'all did Club Boca for Rallo.
Yeah, that bit was
Oh,
movie.
that did it.
I ain't gonna lie, it did it.
I remember that one right there. I ain't even gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie, Plies too. When we did Plies at Club Boca, that bit did it too.
I think I was in Georgia there. Yeah, I was in Georgia.
I ain't gonna lie, the Trop was the best club ever.
The best club? Because y'all used to do some things in there, baby.
Oh. Especially when Showtime get on that mic. At 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, oh man.
It was going.
It was going.
So how has your friendship influenced your everyday life? Like, are they still in the streets? Like, how that go?
You know, I got some friends still in the streets. I got some friends that work. I got some friends that own businesses. But, you know, I just try to learn from all my friends and learn from all their mistakes because all my friends are older than me. I'm like the baby of my little circle, you feel me? Because I'm really? 29. I ain't even hit 30 yet, but I'll be 30 next year. All my friends, they up there in age. But, you know, I learn from them. You know, they learn from me. You know, each one teach one. But, you know, we ain't better than each other because, you know,
I like
we
that.
still, you feel me, gravitate in life. You feel me? But each one teach one. But what I would like for my friends and the people that's older than me too is like, you know, try to, you know, direct the young ones into a better direction. You feel me? As far as like, don't be a hypocrite in the situation. Like if you explaining something to me and you telling me something that you see that I'm doing that's wrong, don't be the one to be doing it in front of me and then you trying to explain that to me because you being a hypocrite.
Right.
You feel me? Like if you gonna teach me something, teach and lead at the same time. Same thing as if you in a relationship, right? And you don't want your spouse doing something, but you tell your spouse, oh, I don't want you doing that, but you turning behind your spouse back and you doing the same thing. You being a hypocrite. So if you're gonna lay a law down, you gotta lead by example. You get what I'm saying?
I get you.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's either male or female, because we each one teach one. You feel me? We are no better than each other. You feel me? Like how I feel like men and women are equal. You feel me? Because we both need each other. You know what I'm saying? We both got necessities that we gravitate from each other. You feel me?
That's correct.
Like I might be a man that can't cook, but you a woman, you could cook.
Correct.
I might be a man that I might clean better than you, but guess what? You fold clothes better than me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we learn from each other like in that type of way. You get what I'm saying? So we really equal because like, you know, like a woman is a man rib cage. You feel me?
Yeah.
Without my rib cage, I can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
So I need you in order for me to be able to breathe. Without your ribs, you can't breathe. You can't do nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
So a woman being my rib cage, you put life into me. So you got to be able to put life into me so I could be able to breathe. So if I can't breathe, then something ain't right. You ain't that rib cage for real. You feel me?
So let me ask you this, like, are you still in the streets? Like, how that go with, like, you know, you have homeboys that's still in the streets.
I'm not in the streets.
You not?
No.
You not? That's the life that you...
That shit over with. You feel me? I'm a civilian. I have a 9 to 5. I'm a civilian. I'm not in the streets. You feel me? Like, I'm a civilian.
So do your homeboys, are they still in the streets?
My friends are civilians. Everybody got jobs or they got businesses. They are civilians. We are civilians. Nobody have time to be going to jail, we don't have time for that. You feel me? Like, it's not it.
I like that. So I'm going to the next question. How do you maintain your focus on your goals nowadays?
I just try to, I got notes, and, you know, me and my friend Pat, you know, we always be cracking jokes because I got 1,000,000,001 notes. You feel me?
For real?
I have notes. Like, my notes is very long. I write down everything. I don't miss a beat on nothing. Like,
why?
Nothing.
You don't have men that do that. That's crazy.
I like to just calculate shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I spend something, I make sure I put it in my notes. I spent this on that. I did this on that day. You feel me?
You got that from your daddy or your mama?
I got that from me. You know what I'm saying? Just being in school, because I never used to like to do homework, but when I read the syllabus in school, the syllabus was like, okay, homework is 10% of my grade. My notes is 10%, but if I pass my quizzes and my tests, I'll make up for not doing that homework. So if I take notes, when it's time to take this quiz and this test, I'm gonna get 100% because I have notes to go back to be like, okay, because she already gave us the answers.
That's true.
All I had to do is just write it down, and when I look at the paper, I'm like, okay, take this, and then boom, 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 I got 100%.
So as you grew up, I just take notes.
Take notes.
Okay. That's good right there. I like that. So you and your homeboy be going back and forth with the notes?
No, he just be making a joke like, boy, I know you got that shit written down because I don't miss nothing. Can't nothing get... I might act like I missed it, but I ain't missed it for real.
Boy, when I tell you...
I don't miss nothing.
If they gotta know you to understand you don't miss nothing.
I don't miss nothing.
You don't miss nothing.
I'm always 10 steps ahead of the game.
I swear to God.
Always.
I be like, ooh, how you do that? You like, man, come on, I ain't dumb. I'm like, ooh, okay. You right about that, but you was not dumb at all.
Yeah, so when, when it comes to friendships, relationships, I don't miss nothing. So when I see something, I don't say nothing about it now.
You just write everything down.
I just put it in my notes.
Wow. Call you Note Man.
Nah, they don't call me Note Man, but I'm just,
Call you Note Man. I'm calling you Note Man.
Nah, I just don't like this. So when when a conversation get about, and you gotta have that, okay. For me, I like to have that black and white. Like, okay.
That's a good choice.
So when you having that conversation and let's just say something happens, somebody accuse you for something, and you like, nah, it wasn't going down like that. This how it went down. Then once they put it in their mind like, damn, that's how it went down for real. But yeah, I had it in my notes.
That is
true.
I
remember when, you feel me? So I try not to miss nothing.
So you did mention that, you always got in trouble when you was younger. So did the trouble ever lead you into being in jail?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your most recent? Have you ever been in jail most recent or?
Yeah, I went to jail. I violated probation.
When was this?
This was last year.
So what would be the difference of going to prison last year versus with your younger self? What's the difference between then and now?
Because when I was younger, it didn't really bother me because I was just going to jail. I go to the county 4-6 months, get out, county jail a little bit, stuff like that. My longest county jail bill was in 2019, and then I got out during the pandemic, and then I stayed out, and I was scot-free for 4 years. I ain't getting no trouble. I ain't do nothing, and then I got put on community control for 2 years. And my lawyer gave me a shitty deal. I paid him $12,000 up front, working up a 9 to 5. I'm talking about going through it,
what?
Beefing at the highs with my girl. I can't get this on that bill because the lawyer need this money. I gotta call my dog. This shit crazy. Y'all boys gotta help me out. It's short right now. But they came through for me, you know what I'm saying? But I tried to balance it out, but I got a shitty deal, 2 years community control, followed by 5 years papers. I violated. Go to jail. I'm sitting in the county 2 months. They ain't talk about letting me go. So a public defender that I had on my case in 2019, I fired him for a lawyer, and he got me the deal
that you was looking for.
They were talking crazy. They wanted 3 years up out of me.
Damn.
Like really like 46 months.
And you
they were talking
that.
crazy. I'm like, nah, come on, man. I've been out 4 years. 4 years. I ain't getting no trouble. I ain't give y'all people no reason for no reason. Like, boy. But they weren't budging. But the lawyer, the public defender, he was in a wheelchair. I forgot his name, but he was a black guy too at that. And I ain't gonna lie, he was aggressive. He used to be talking shit to me, this, that, and the third. But what he said he was gonna do, he did it. But you know what I'm saying? Even though I didn't go to prison for a long time, that little small experience, just being in that atmosphere, like this is not a place for a person like me.
Right.
Because this is a whole nother life. Like that shit, they're crazy. Like how they talk to you, how they treat you, like the food, being around the inmates, like it's.
So how is that? Like how, I know you said you used to go all the time when you was young. So versus to like you done got older now and your most recent, like, was that something that is it different enough? Like
it's another world in there. That shit crazy. It's drug addicts, it's rapists, it's
and you gotta be
molesters.
Next to these people.
Yeah, like you feel me? So just like, you know, talking to certain guys that was like that had life sentences and guys that did like 20 years, 15 years, like, you know what I'm saying? Just talking to them kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Help me like, okay, this shit real life for real. So it's like, is either you gonna go this way or you gonna go that way? Because who wants to be in prison for the rest of their life, or who wants to be in prison just sitting in prison if you don't really gotta be in here for real? And you got guys that's in there.
Dang, it's bad enough. I don't want to know.
It's a different animal in there. It's a different ball game. That shit ain't the life you want to live.
Yeah,
it's better to be free. It's better to be free and have your life. Whether you broke and you ain't got no money, it's better to be free. Yeah. Guess what? You out here, you could figure it out. But in there, it ain't. Especially if you ain't got that support system or you ain't got no family, dog, you gonna die in there.
Whoa. Like, so how is that? Like, did you have support when you was inside?
Yeah, I had support. Trust me, I had support. Yeah, you know the guys, you know my girl, you know they came through. But you know, at certain times, you know, I kind of felt like, you know, sometimes, you know, like damn.
The people want to know. Open up now.
Like, what if it would have been longer? You feel me?
Yeah.
If the support would have still been there, or if they, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't watch guys, you know what I'm saying? They ain't getting no commissary. They can't get on the phone.
Dang.
They, you know what I'm saying? And you got guys in there, all they want to do, what they love commissary, buy drugs, get high.
You can buy drugs inside there?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna.
You feel me? Like, get high, do all kind of weird shit. You feel me? Like, that shit was crazy.
Inside of the jailhouse? It's like that up in there?
Shit crazy.
Man, listen here. So with the mindset you have now, what's something you wish you can change?
I wish I would have changed the people, places, and things that I was involved with in the past. I wish I would have stayed like in school, doing the right thing. You feel me? Like getting good grades every time. Because I didn't have no problem with getting good grades because I always got good grades. You feel me? But the behavioral problem was getting kicked out of school and not being able to stay in school and, you know what I'm saying, do the right thing. I was in and out of juvenile detention center, going to like programs and stuff like that. So I kind of missed out like on the like childhood and, you know, being able to, you feel me? But like towards like the end, like my 12th grade year, I was able to like, you feel me? Actually like be involved like in the school activities, playing high school football, you feel me? Going to like, you know what I'm saying, a little prom and stuff like that. But, you know what I'm saying, the younger days, I was like always getting in trouble and it was like bad. If I would have been able to change that, then I would probably been in a better position. Because with the mindset I had back then, different now.
It was like crash out back then.
Yeah, it was like crash out.
Living for the streets back then.
Yeah, living for the streets.
That's something that's big with the men nowadays, because I'm finna ask you this next question. What's something that you would tell the young men, which is the YNs, who is out here running the streets and, you know, they getting themselves in all this trouble? Like, what's something that you would say to them, like a message to the YNs?
I mean, get your education, you know what I'm saying? Go to school, you feel me? Like, you know, experience that life. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with, you know what I'm saying, being a square. Like, there's nothing wrong with, you know what I'm saying, going to school, getting an education, getting a career.
Right.
Whether you getting a trade or, you know what I'm saying, there's nothing wrong with becoming a police officer, firefighter, a lawyer, a doctor. If you want to play football, basketball, if you want to be a technician, an engineer, if you want to be a rapper, whatever you want to do in life, there's nothing wrong with that. But as long as there's positivity that comes behind it, because there's nothing really in the streets but death, or you go to prison or you go to the feds. There's nothing really like, and that's not cool, you feel me? And there's a lot of young kids that's like crashing out, losing their life. And you know what I'm saying? They only 15, 16 years old and they getting like 40 years, 30 years, and they catching murders and they catching like M1s, and there's like no guidance. There's nobody telling them like, okay, everybody just applauding everything that's going on without letting them know for real, like this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't for real. Me being who I am and at the age I am, I never speak negativity into no young kid. You feel me? I ain't gonna tell you that, okay, this, that, and the third is cool. Nah, that ain't cool. That ain't what it is, man. Go to school, get your education. That's what it is.
Right, that is true.
Like,
that's
even
true.
if you don't want to go to college, you know what I'm saying? Try it out, because that's what it is. You feel me? You might be able to find yourself there, or, you know what I'm saying? You might find a trade, or you might become a content creator. You might find yourself just find what you good at and
it's
just
different. They can get their CDLs.
Get your CDLs, or you could become a AC technician or whatever the case may be, or you could be a air pilot. Whatever you want to do in life, you could do it. You just got to just put your mind to it. If that's what you want to do, if that's what's your dream, go for it, because it's nothing out here in these streets for real.
So do you think like these YNs, like, do you think they don't have no guidance? That's why they do the certain things they do? Or do you think they trying to fit in with the crowd to make themselves known to the streets?
Nowadays, everybody trying to fit in. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the older generation, they trying to fit in with the younger generation.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got one side trying to fit in, you got another side trying to keep up and fit in with the, you know what I'm saying? So it's not making no sense. So it's no guidance for real. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the older people looking up to the younger people instead of the younger people looking up to the older people. And then you got the younger people telling the older people. So it's just too much going on.
It's a lot going on, yeah.
It's a lot going on as far as like the young generation having that guidance for real, because, you know, you got a lot of older people that's, you know, flawed, and they're not really like set an example how they supposed to. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Because you got to set an example in order for somebody else to follow, in order for everybody else to lead. You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't setting no example, then.
That is true. So let me ask you this question. Do you have any like kids?
Yeah, I have 3 kids and a bonus child.
Oh, you got 3 kids and a bonus child. So do you have any like boys or?
I have 1 boy.
So how old your boy is?
Maurice, he's 11. He'll be 12 this year in November.
So what you would tell him, like from your experience, from what you used to do in the past, like when you was young, around his same age, what is something that you would tell him and give him a guidance on and let him know, like, son, X, Y, and Z, don't go down this path, don't do this. So what's the message that you would do?
Like, I always tell him, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, school is number one thing. Like, being smart is cool. I tell any kid that. Being smart is so cool.
Right.
Getting good grades is cool. Like, you know, shout out to my daughter, Kylie. AB honor roll. She 3 for 3 this year. And the years before then, you know what I'm saying?
Congratulations.
So her 4th report card to be like at the ending of the school year, and she gonna be AB honor roll again, you know what I'm saying? So I always try to tell her the same way how you carry yourself at school, carry yourself at home the same way, you feel me? Same respect you give to me, same respect you give to mommy. Your brothers and your sisters, or your sisters and your siblings, they come before anybody.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? I love my siblings. I love my brothers and sisters. You feel me? I call them all the time, even when I was in prison. You feel me? I used to call them. They pick up. If they don't pick up, it's cool. Feel me? If I needed some money, they send it.
That's
you know
big.
what I'm saying? Anytime I call my sister, hey, sis, I need you to do this. She do it. No questions asked. There's no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love that. You feel me? So
That's
You
what's
feel me?
up.
I try to tell my daughter the same thing and to my son the same thing. You feel me? Your
Mhm.
siblings is all you got, whether it's on mommy's side or daddy's side. You feel me?
I tell mine that all
And
the
Maurice,
time.
you know, he the oldest siblings on both sides. You feel me? He
Uh-huh.
on my side and his mom's side. You feel me? So I try to like, you know what I'm saying, be more like on him about certain things. You feel me?
So what is it? You got one baby mama or you got how many baby mamas? Because the people want to know.
I got 3 baby mamas.
Oh, 3?
3.
How you deal with that?
It's a headache.
And then with the bonus child. So you got 4 or you 3?
I got 3 baby mamas.
In the bonus.
And the old lady.
Okay, the old lady. So how you deal with all that with your old lady? Having 3 baby mamas with your old lady.
But I only deal with
that?
2 baby mamas and
okay.
My son guardian.
How is that?
It's a headache.
It's a headache?
Yeah.
What you would tell the baby daddies out there?
It's a headache.
It's a headache?
Yeah.
No message for the baby daddies?
Just take care of the kid.
Take care of the kid?
Take care of the kids.
They got you on child support or no?
Yeah, I'm on child support.
You is? Yeah. Ooh, how is that?
I don't let it bother me.
You don't let it bother you?
No,
okay.
Take care of the kid.
All right.
Take care of the kid. Because at the end of the day,
yeah,
it's your kid. Take care of it. It's nothing wrong with taking care of your kid. It's your kid.
Right.
I got 3 kids. I'm going to take care of my kids. You feel me?
What's up?
I got a bonus child. I take care of my bonus child.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take care of my kids. You feel me? When they call daddy, I need this, that, and the third, daddy going to do it. You feel me? But I'm going to take care of my kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to treat the kid no kind of way. I'm going to show up for the kid because this is my kid.
You always been like that. And that's the most thing I respect about you. Because I know you from like the past. The people is about to get ready to know you. But from me knowing you, I know for a fact you head on about them kids. You do not play when it comes down to them kids. You make sure them kids get took care of good. They may be nagging, but you gonna make sure them kids took care. And I respect that about you because you don't got a lot of daddies out here nowadays that make sure their seed is good. And that's good. I respect that.
Yeah, you just gotta take care of the kid. Like as a father, dog, if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. But if you got it, before you go splurge and go spend it on the kid. And that always had that mentality from when I was getting money in the streets, from when it was trap, whatever I had to do. I made sure when I got money and I had a kid, I spent my money first on my kid. Then I went to go splurge.
Right.
But I made sure my kid had it. And, you know, from back then when I had Maurice and, you know, I was dealing with somebody else and their child, I made sure my kid had it. Like,
yeah. That's
everything.
facts.
I made sure he had it. And he remembers that. And he always be like, oh, daddy, you don't remember you bought me this? You don't remember you got me that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's
like,
up.
And my son, like, he remembers a lot of things. And I be like, man, you remember that? How you remember that?
For real?
That was from a long time ago.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? But he still remembers. And, you know, I just always try to be there for the kid. But not saying that I'm the best dad in the world and I've been the most consistent. I'm not the most consistent, but I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving the effort. I'm there. Like, you know what I'm saying? The kid could call me and I'm there. Like, I'm gonna try my best to show up. I'm not going, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I have in the past been one of them type of people to like, you know what I'm saying, not show up sometimes and because I had a lot going on. But as I got older, I try to show up and try to be there, try to be presentable, try to let the kid know, okay, I got your back. All I need you to do is get good grades in school and daddy gonna be there for you.
So do you feel like your baby mothers sometimes hold that against you with, you know, not being as consistent as they are in, you know, because they, of course, the kids is there with the mom all like 7 days a week. So do you feel as if the mom is always like nagging you and being on your back about you being consistent about things?
Yeah, they be nagging sometimes. Sometimes they be nagging, but you know, I just try to like, you know, be more understanding with them now and be like, you know what I'm saying, you right, because the kid is with you 24/7. So
right.
You know, if I could try to help lessen the load off of you, I'm going to try my best to, you know what I'm saying, lessen the load, you know what I'm saying, because the kid is with you 24/7. So, you know, I try to pick up my kids or be more involved in my kids, you know what I'm saying, as far as like spending more time with them, you feel me, giving the mother a break, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, moms, they need they break sometimes, you know what I'm saying, because they be going through like, you know, a lot of emotions, they be going through like postpartums and, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, they be needing their little space and their little time to, you know, do their thing. So me, I don't have no problem like picking up my kids.
So they allow you to do so.
Yeah, because my kids are vibe. You know what I'm saying? They be chilling. You feel me? They don't be doing nothing.
That's facts right there.
Like,
I ain't even gonna lie about that.
But they'll vibe. Like my daughter, she gonna be on the tablet. Marty, she gonna play his video games. And little Zuzu, she might bounce around a little bit. But everybody just doing their own thing.
Everybody doing their own thing.
They calm. That's
cool. That's what's up. So we're gonna go into something else. So what type of man you is? You a trick, or do you believe in courting your girl?
I believe in courting a girl.
Okay. I like that. You know, yeah. That's what I
But
believe.
It all depends though.
But depends.
It all depends like on the situation. Like, okay, if you really trying to get to know the person, or if you just trying to just do something real quick, you feel me? It all depends. But I rather court a girl if I like her. You know what I'm saying?
No tricking. You know, you ain't tricking it, you ain't got it.
Nah, I ain't doing no tricking.
Why? Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with doing a little trick.
I mean, it ain't wrong. You know, I done spent some money before, like, you know what I'm saying, trying to holler at a girl, but I ain't doing I ain't doing all that extra. Okay,
so you did mention that you are in a relationship. So I do want to ask you, how do you set boundaries in your relationship? Because I feel as if a lot of days, nowadays, a lot of relationships, it don't have boundaries in them. And then when you do try to set the boundaries, it doesn't go as you please. It doesn't go right. So how do you do that?
It's all about respect. You feel me? If I show you respect, you show me respect. You know what I'm saying? If you say, okay, I don't like something that you doing, the old me used to be like, man. But now the new me, I'm gonna try to correct myself. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
If you say you don't like this type of place I go to because of a situation, guess what? I'm not gonna go to that place no more.
Right,
you feel
that's
me?
what's up.
If you don't like this person that I'm hanging with, then I ain't gonna hang with them no more. You feel me? Because I'm trying to respect, the relationship. You
that's
feel me?
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? I don't want you to feel like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't caring about your feelings, you know what I'm saying? But now, if the situation is not like, you know what I'm saying, then okay, we gotta come to a mutual understanding. But if it's a situation that makes you completely uncomfortable, then okay, I'm gonna stay away from it. But if it's a situation that we could fix, okay, let's try to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Before it lead to, you know what I'm saying, it making you totally uncomfortable.
So that's how the next question is. It's like when you are faced a disagreement in your relationship, how do you go about it?
The old me used to not care and just like whatever, but
Why you always say that you wouldn't care?
Because the old me, I didn't care. Like, I didn't care about people's feelings. I didn't care about what you said. I had like a mentality of like, okay, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? But the new me now, I just try to like talk about the situation, because I feel like if something occurs and something happens, most women, and I had it happen, instead of y'all, okay, let's just say y'all find something out or a situation to happen, y'all have an attitude and y'all show a situation that happened. But now we as men, we in our mind like, damn, what I did.
What I did.
Feel me?
Yeah. Like, you know what you done did.
No, you don't. But listen, you don't really sometimes know what happened. You know what I'm saying? But it's just y'all show it by y'all emotions and how y'all moving, instead of just, okay, this what happened. You feel me? Let's try to fix it, because you might not say nothing, but guess what? 2 days later, I might catch on to, the little moods and your movement, your body language. And now I'm like, well, damn, why you ain't say nothing from then? Why you held it in? You feel me? If that's how you felt, because guess what? That right there could lead to, the disagreement being deeper than what it wasn't supposed to be. Now y'all having an argument, you feel me? Instead of y'all just talking about it right then and there. So me, if a situation occurred, instead of me holding it in, I'm going to talk about it right then and there.
That's me.
I'm not going to hold it in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it right then and there, so we could diffuse the situation instead of, you know what I'm saying, keeping the situation going and we ain't ever talk about it for real. I don't really know what's going on for real. I'm just guessing in my mind, like, okay, damn, did I do this? But nah, I ain't do that for real. But damn, what's she tripping about this? Like, you know what I'm saying? It could be some old shit, some new shit you don't know for real. Because in your mind, all you thinking is, okay, damn, what did I do?
Yeah.
Why you acting like this towards me? You feel me?
But
instead of us talking about it right then and there, we could fix the situation. You feel me? And I feel like that's what happens in a lot of relationships.
Yeah.
Instead of y'all just talking about it right then and there, everybody just go their separate ways. And then when another situation occurs, that's when everybody want to blow up and talk about it.
You
right
like, whoa, wait a minute. That happened 6 months ago. Why the fuck you still talking about that now? I know exactly what
you know what I'm saying?
about.
Or it happened 2-3 months ago. It happened a week ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, if something happened right then and there, I want to talk about it right now.
That's me.
Let's just get it over
Come on, let's air your feelings out. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Up?
Okay, this what it is, this what it is. It ain't no need to be like, you know what I'm saying, holding it in and, you know what I'm saying, trying to like add on top of it. Because all they're going to do is just make the situation bigger than what it is. You feel me?
That
when
is
we
true.
could have just had an adult conversation, because majority of the time, bro, 90% of the reason why relationships don't work is just communication, bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
You got to make sure you communicate with your partner. You feel me?
Yeah,
like,
that's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Communicating. Like,
Yeah,
hey, this what it is, this what it ain't. You feel me? Like, as long as y'all communicating, bro, everything gonna go smooth. I'm talking about communicating about everything, especially when you living with somebody. You feel me?
Yes.
All that trying to hold secrets in or be secretive about shit, all they're gonna do is like, you
Create
know what I'm saying?
problem.
Create a problem, because this supposed to be your best friend.
Yes.
We live together. You feel me? We in this together.
Yeah.
It's not no I, it's we.
We.
It ain't no you, is
once y'all moved in together under that
like,
roof, everything is we.
It's we, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you with
feel
that.
Me? Like, I got your back, you got my back. If shit crazy, it's us in here. Like, you know what I'm saying? If we don't talk about, you know what I'm saying, everything, then guess what? Then we leave each other like
in the blind.
You feel me? Then when something happen, we get caught off blind. Now we like, okay, damn, I ain't know this happened, or I ain't know this was going on, but you ain't never said nothing. So how you expect for me to know?
That's what's up. I like that response right there. What was one of your worst breakups that you ever had in your life?
I ain't heard no worst breakup, but a breakup that was like bad was like, you know, like, I don't know.
Oh no, the people want to know. Don't come sit on this couch and you don't want to express.
It was like, you know, my BM, she was like kind of like tripping a little bit, you know what I'm saying, on me, but you know,
do not take offense to nothing in this podcast, please. Okay, we're gonna say that, so we don't want no smoke.
Yeah, but we, you know, me being who I am, you know, as the situation kept escalating, I just had to try to find a way to try to de-escalate the situation. But
right.
as I sat down and I thought about it, everything was really my fault, because how I presented everything, and you know what I'm saying, how I moved. If I would have did it the righteous way, then it would have never happened the way it happened. You get what I'm saying?
I like that.
I was kind of like a little boy in the situation instead of being a man. But then as it dawned on me and as I thought about it, I said, you know what, let me fix the situation, because I don't need, you know what I'm saying, my spouse and, you know, the mother of my child going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna speak to one party and speak to the other party, but I'm gonna say my piece, because at the end of the day, I was wrong for how I handled the situation instead of, you know what I'm saying, doing it the correct way. If I would have did it the correct way, then I would have never got the response that I got. You know what I'm saying?
So it was a situation happened with your current spouse and one of your baby mothers?
Yeah. So I just had to, like, instead of like being childish and steady, like being with the bullshit, I just like, you know what, let me go ahead and fix the situation. Let me tighten up. You know what I'm saying? And if I tighten up and do what I got to do, then I'm going to get a different response. And you know what I'm saying? When I did what I had to do, I got a different response. You feel me?
You did?
Yeah, I got a different response, and I like the
from
response
both parties.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I like the response that I got, because guess what? I fixed the situation. You feel me?
I like that. A lot of men nowadays, they don't do that. These baby mamas sometimes just get, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes get off of whack. And when I mean that, they just be doing too much and they start targeting the girl that you're currently with. And I never understood that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I never understood, like, why does the BMs always target, but you, like what you had just said, it's always something like in the back end. Like, y'all did some slick stuff in the back. I handled it like a little boy. And I fuck with that right now.
I handled it like a little boy, so I had to fix it. And I was able to,
like
you know
that.
what I'm saying, let that party know that, okay, I'm going to be honest. I handled it. I'm able to take an accountability that, okay, I handled the situation wrong. I should have handled it like this. And if I would have handled it like a grown man, guess what? I would have never got that response, and all parties would have been at ease. But instead of me handling it how I was supposed to, it clashed down on me.
And you couldn't take that smoke. That was too much.
It was too much smoke.
It was too much.
Yeah.
Baby mama, and you like, dang, they got my kids right here. Then I'm over here with God. Like, God, dang, y'all tripping on me for real. You had to get that right, huh?
I had to get it right.
I bet you did. What's the hardest lesson a woman has taught you?
The hardest lesson a woman has taught me?
Yes.
Really, I can't really say, but
You can say, you know. I'm going to tell you the hardest thing a nigga done taught me. Don't trust them. Do not trust a nigga. I'm telling you, don't trust a nigga. Don't trust him. You trust a nigga, you get your heart broke, period.
the hardest thing a woman has taught me is I like how you said don't trust them, but I could say that but as a man, you gotta keep one eye open. Me, I just keep my third eye open. You feel me? Like you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no guard up. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like in a relationship, I try not to have no guard up. You feel me? I try to like show my spouse that like I'm really like loving them. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
I'm really like, you know what I'm saying, fucking with them. You feel me? Like for real. You know what I'm saying? I ain't, you know, bringing no drama to the house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everything is smooth. Everything is A1. You feel me? Ain't
I like that.
No dirt at your front door. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm showing you respect. You feel me? When we go out, you know what I'm saying? I'm posting you. I'm acknowledging you. I'm letting the world know that, okay, this is who I'm rocking with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is
like
what
that.
it is. You feel me? You know, you're going to have temptation every now and then, but me, I learned how to fight through that. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever had temptation in your current relationship?
Yeah, I had temptation in my current relationship. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't picture perfect, but guess what? I'm gravitating to it. I want to be a husband one day. I want to get married. You feel me?
I like that.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to have a family. You feel me? I want to come home to the kids every day. You feel me?
I can see that for you.
You know what I'm saying? I can see that for myself. You feel me?
I can see
That's
me
the
at
type
the
of
wedding
lifestyle
turned
that I'm
up.
trying to live. You feel me?
I can see that. I can see that for you. Do you feel like you misunderstood in your relationship sometimes?
Sometimes I feel like I'm misunderstood. Sometimes I feel like I'm unappreciated. Sometimes I feel like I'm overlooked. Sometimes I feel a lot of things sometimes, but that's just be my mind sometimes. Mm-hmm. Just that old mind, you feel me?
But if you feel it, that's what it is in the atmosphere.
Yeah, but you know, you feel that. I feel that about a lot of things as far as like not even a relationship, like my friendship sometimes. I feel like I'm misunderstood. Sometimes I feel like I'm overlooked. I ain't heard, you know what I'm saying? I feel that about, you know, about me and my dad relationship. Sometimes I felt like I was overlooked. I wasn't heard. He ain't listened to me, you feel me? And then, you know, life just took its course, you feel me? But I just try to stay positive.
That's the only thing you could do is stay
I just try to stay positive. And everything I do, I just try to stay positive. Win, lose, or draw, just positivity.
Got to stay positive. Got to. So, you ready for the smoke?
Yeah, I'm ready for the smoke.
Because the people want to know. Okay. I'm telling you that right now. Let me get my box. You came in here, you had said what that box is. The box is the messy questions, huh? I'm going to go ahead and hand that to you so you can go ahead and dig. You want to take a shot before you do that? Yeah. Go ahead and pour your own poison. I don't want to pour it for you. Because, yeah, let's talk about it. Get on out. Yep, we need a big shot.
You want a shot?
No, I got me one right here. I got me a little bit. I got me a little bit right here. Okay, you ready for the box? Because the people want to know. You got to take it. Yeah, you got to answer them, boo.
I got to answer all these?
You got to answer them because, like I said, it get messy over here. Come on with it.
What's your biggest turnoff? Your biggest turnoff?
No, you got to answer that. That's your question.
Oh, that's my question?
This is your question. Oh, I know the done ain't done in there.
My biggest turnoff?
Yeah.
I ain't like my biggest turnoff is a female that don't clean.
You don't like that?
Yeah, that's my biggest turnoff.
You hate that?
I hate it. with a passion.
Who had you cleaning up when you was young?
Like my mom.
Every day? All day?
She just had chores for us to do. Like she switched it up. Like one person do the bathroom, one person wash the dishes, one person clean the room, one person clean the living room. And she just rotated it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how we used to be able to go to the movies. She used to take us to Boomers, you know what I'm saying? Dead Buster, stuff like that.
So you had them nasty female.
I don't like a female that's nasty. Like even with your car, you gotta be clean with your car. You gotta be the one that to get a little car wash done. Gotta keep your house clean. That's a pet peeve for me. Cause I'm a clean person.
Right.
I clean up.
Yeah.
Every Saturday morning, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna clean the house, I'm gonna wash clothes, I'm gonna do whatever, you feel me?
I know that's right.
I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna keep the house clean.
Let me get the question. Let me hold it for you.
If your girl told you she wanted to have a threesome but with another guy, how would you feel about that threesome? Your girl, you, and another guy. Nah, I can't do it.
Why?
Because after I do it, I'm not going to look at you the same anymore.
You not?
Nah.
Okay, but y'all be wanting to have a threesome with another girl.
But I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to have a threesome with another girr.
I like that.
I really don't. With my old lady, nah. Yeah. I'm not going to put myself in that predicament.
You don't want to do that?
Nah. If it's just some random girl with another random girl, I'm all for it. But my old lady, another random girl or another girl, nah.
You ain't doing that?
Myself in my predicament.
I know that. Let me get my question. Okay, I know that's right.
If you having sex with a female and her coochie stink, what do you say to her? I'm not having sex with her. I'm not. I'd have been in that predicament before.
You have? Tell us about it.
And I told her to go take a shower.
You did?
Yeah. And I ain't had no sex with her. I just told her to go take a shower. And it was we just vibed. That was it.
How you told her? You just...
I don't know. It's just the maturity in me just told her. I don't know. It just came out of nowhere. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, babe, you gotta go bathe. She looked at me like, huh? Baby, you gotta go bathe.
Did you tell her?
No, I ain't tell her. I just told her, baby, you gotta go bathe. And she probably already knew. I ain't tell her though, because I was kind of a little afraid.
Oh.
But I just told her, baby, you gotta go bathe. Because I smelled it. You know how when you playing with a girl coochie and you put your finger in it and it got that coochie stink.
You do a test first before you drive.
My teacher always used to tell me that wolf. I ain't gonna never put my nose to it, but I'm gonna do that I'm gonna do this to my hand right here. Once I go to, nah, that ain't it.
You can't do that?
Nah.
You can't do it. I know that's right. Go ahead. Let me get my question.
Do you eat every girl coochie that you meet? No, I don't.
You don't?
No.
You sure about that?
Nah. I ain't gonna lie. The only way I'm gonna eat the coochie is after the smell check. Once I get that, and I get that, that shit gonna get ate. Because that means you took care of your hygiene. You get what I'm saying?
Before
you came to me or whatever you was doing, your hygiene maintained. You know what I'm saying? Because you might lick that bit and it might be a little salty, but okay, that's okay. But when you smell it and it got that fishy but when you smell it and it got that water coochie smell, okay, yo, let's run it.
Dad, that is crazy. You is so funny.
No, that's how I know what I'm a eat a girl coochie that she gotta have that you gotta have that taste and it gotta have that smell to it that I know, you feel me?
You know. Okay, so you gotta do your finger check.
A girl with good coochie, she know how to cook. She got good food. You feel me?
I don't know, not always.
I mean, not always, but if you find one that got good food and good coochie,
stay.
You gotta stay.
Got a bagger.
Yeah.
Okay, that's real. You got some more questions or not? That was it?
I got no more questions.
All right. So, like I had said, this has come to the end of the People Want to Know podcast with Shay Rose. I got you a gift.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give it to you. Of course. Here you go. You can open it. Like I said, everybody that come on the podcast will get a gift. You gotta open it now, but. And thank you so much for everybody that's had watched. This is the second episode. Won't be the last. I'll see you soon. Mwah. Am I really that much?
breaking these niggas down like a camera. You don't really know you.